Let's go, Facebook land. Let's go. Monday morning. There it is, Monday morning. Coach Ronnie here, Facebook Live time. I am excited about this topic because it is much needed. A lot of you all are entering. Let me get rid of this. A lot of you all are entering travel ball season, right? Whether it's soccer, whether it's baseball, and all the other summer sports I'm not listing right now, it's that time of the year where you guys have to battle through the travel ball schedule, the travel ball traveling, the no time to eat, being dehydrated, all these things that come, the stress, right? The burnout, all these things that come with travel ball, right? The crazy game or business, that's what it is, the crazy business that is with travel ball. I'm going to give you solutions today on how to overcome or manage the best you can that beast called travel sports, all right? So I always have a nice little intro here. I also have some housekeeping. I'm excited about the housekeeping that's coming up. Free stuff, 2 words, free stuff for you guys, first and foremost. I just finished the a speed training ebook, 30 days. Lose 2 seconds off your 30, 40, or 60 time in 30 days or less. All right, that's the name of it. I'm gonna drop it here first. I'm gonna get it out to you all, and then I've already had my habit and routine ebook. I'm gonna get that out to you guys as well. But just know, free stuff is here and it's coming to you ASAP. I'm gonna run it here first, and then I'm gonna put it out to the masses. I'm gonna drop it here first, and then put it out to everybody else. So look out for that this week, as soon as today potentially. All right. And that's really, I believe, all the housekeeping that I wanted to cover. Oh, you know, tons of new members. I need to find out your why for being here. All right. I'm going to poll you guys. I've done it before in the past. I'm going to poll you guys again. So many different people here. I need to find out your why so I can address your why with the content. All right. I don't want to do stuff just for me, stuff that I find entertaining or educational. Y'all might not care about it, right? So I'm going to poll you, see where you stand, and get you high quality content. All right. So let's dive in. Now, if you're a parent or athlete in the travel sports world, you already know what time it is. It's summer season, right? That means long weekends, crazy heat, hotel food, early mornings, late games, and a whole lot of grind, right? So today we're diving into how to survive and thrive during the summer travel sports season. We're talking nutrition on the go, keeping your athlete's mindset strong, how to manage fatigue for both athletes and parents, and how to avoid burnout before it even starts. That's what I'm talking about. Because let's be real, folks, summer travel ball isn't just about talent, it's about preparation, consistency, and recovery. So whether you're a parent trying to juggle it all or an athlete trying to show up at your best, stay with me right here. Get out your pen, get out your pad. Let's make the season the most productive and not your most exhausting, right? All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, like I said, a bunch of new people, right? So I got to give you that formal introduction. I am Coach Ronnie. I'm a former professional baseball strength and conditioning coach. Did that within the Mets organization for 12 years, where I help players get stronger, faster, minimize injuries. And today I do the same thing for you guys, but there's a twist. I help your athletes develop a rock solid mindset. The only place you can come to develop complete athletes, training the mind, training the body as one, developing the complete athlete's prepared for anything on and off the field, aka in life. All right, so there you have it. That's my thing. Now we're going to dive into this. Surviving the travel sports grind, how to thrive this summer, nutrition on the go. This is going to be stepped up. I'm going to create some document, a document, I should say, that's going to give you the best. Make sure this is working. Okay, you can hear me. Make sure this is the best information dealing with the best drinks you can drink, right? And we don't deal with energy drinks because they are poison, 100%, all of them, all right? But we're going to give you the best hydration drinks, right? The best drinks that'll provide you with the nutrients, the micronutrients that you need, the micronutrients that you need, right? During games, in between games, and after games. I want to give you the best drinks you should take, the best shakes, the healthiest. I say best, I mean cleanest, right? Because we know, a lot of you heard this before in this site, this my group here, that there's so many additives, there's so many artificial colors, um, just just poisons in today's food, today's supplements, and today's drinks. So I'm gonna go on my way to find the cleanest of all the above for you guys. All right. So back to the topic: nutrition on the go. The challenge: fast food, inconsistent meals, skipping breakfast, and dehydration are all common. And during summer heat, that's a recipe for poor performance. You guys know that 100%. We all know that, right? So studies even show, studies even show one more time. Studies even show 2% dehydration can lead to a 10% drop in athletic performance. Only 2% hydration can drop you to 10% drop in performance. So most young athletes under fuel 100%. Parents, you know this. 20 to 30% during weekend tournaments, right? Most athletes under fuel 20 to 30% during weekend tournaments. 100%. Most athletes under what's the term perform under taking the not the poor amount of nutrients throughout the week, including practice, right? So imagine a whole weekend going from a Friday to a Sunday or a Monday, and then when you're officially in summer, going from Wednesday to Wednesday, a week straight, right? So we have to properly prepare our body. I tell my athletes, you have to look at your body as the vehicle and the nutrients as the fuel. All right? When you're getting lightheaded, when you're getting extended injuries, all these things can be due to poor fuel. All right? All right, so keep that in mind. All right? Let's see. So you're gonna need some solutions, right? You need to pack a cooler bag. Pack your meal prep. That's what it boils down to. Meal prep. Pack a cooler bag with fruit, bananas, oranges, grapes, protein bars, sandwiches, and electrolyte packets. That's it. That's your solution, right? And there's gonna be time when that's gonna be a challenge, all right? And fast food will come up. Let's just be honest, right? All you can do when that fast food is all you have is you have to make the best decision. People's go-to has for so long has been Chick-fil-A. No longer. I'm gonna drop a video that I dropped in this group before in the comments. 50 the good old-fashioned Chick-fil-A sandwich has 55 different ingredients in it. A sandwich, folks. The butter's not butter. The bun's not bread. You're looking at 100. You're looking at chemicals, folks. 55 additives and ingredients within a chicken sandwich. Unbelievable, right? Chick-fil-A is not your friend. Maybe it was at one time, but it's not now. Chick-fil-A is not your friend, all right? If you have to go that route, just go with the salad. Go with the bare minimum. Go with the bare minimum. Maybe get the grilled chicken salad. Go with that. That's going to fill you up pretty good. And it has to, does it have 55 different ingredients? Possibly no, but we know that sandwich does. We know we need to avoid that, right? So go with that grilled chicken, go with that salad, whatever, that garden salad, whatever they have, right? Whatever they have. And just make the best decision that you can. When you're at the convenience store, don't run and get, sometimes the convenience store will have the pizza up there, the burgers. Don't get that. Get yourself a trail mix. Head to get the best drink you can, right? The best hydration drink you can. Maybe they have some fruit in there. But make those right decisions, folks. So pack that cooler. I went off the tangent there. Pack that cooler and make sure within that cooler you have your fruits. Like I said, bananas, oranges, grapes, protein bars, sandwiches, and electrolyte packets. Super important. Hydration strategy. 16 to 20 ounces of water 2 hours before a game. Sip every 15 to 20 minutes during. We have to stay hydrated during, right? When I train my athletes, I constantly, during our break time, they're constantly hydrating, and it's about to heat up again, right? So it's going to be more of a priority. We have to stay hydrated. Most importantly, we have to make it a habit to to stay hydrated. We have to understand the why behind it. I know you understand the why. We have to make it a priority to follow the why, understand the why and follow it. Make it a habit so you're no longer thinking about hydration, right? You know you need to hydrate, make it a habit so it takes care of itself, all right? Now, preload water and carbs the night before tournaments. Yes, simple pastas and water dinner beats, late night, what's that? Water diner beats, late night fast food every time. I got that. I said that totally wrong. Simple pasta and water. Dinner beats late night fast foods every time. All right. Dinner beats late night fast food every time. Right. So get those carbs in you the night before. Right. Simple pasta, some water, and you're good to go. Right. Good to go. All right. Keeping your athlete's mindset strong. The challenge. Yes. I mean, I don't care if you're a young kid around 11 or 12, getting up 7 o'clock, driving an hour and a half for a tournament, at that point is not fun, right? Or can not be fun, right? So we have to do what we can. And then you're out there all day. Maybe you get swept in the tournament. Your young athlete's down on himself. He might have made an error. It's a challenge to keep that mindset strong, right? So pressure builds during the summer. Yeah, scouts, depending on your level, scouts, team expectations, overthinking. That's when confidence dips and kids get stuck in their heads, living in your heads, folks. That's not a kid thing. That happens at the highest level as well, as we all know, right? We've seen it in World Series. We've seen it in Super Bowls. We've seen it at the highest level as well. NBA championships. We've seen how, not being people call it choking, right? But it's a mental phenomenon. It starts with them thoughts. Everything starts with a thought, and it starts with the thought. This choking manifests internally, and then it starts internally, then it manifests externally. It starts with our thoughts, and then it manifests physically, all right? So we have to keep that mindset strong, all right? So here's some stats for you. 60% of athletes report feeling performance anxiety during travel ball, right? During travel ball, right? 1 in 3 athletes admit they struggle mentally more than physically on game days. I think that's something we know. It might be different hearing it from a statistical perspective, but I see both sides of that because having that nervousness can be a good thing, right? It lets you know that you have this big event coming. You care about performing your best, but we have to manage that the best we can. We have to minimize that. Ideally, we want to eliminate that, right? So that's the struggle, dealing with those mental challenges and keeping things positive so they don't affect you in a negative way once you're on the field. All right. Solutions: teach your athlete pregame routines. Pregame routines, folks. If you're new to this group, that's what we're about here. My athletes, my mindset athletes, they get a specific pregame routine, a postgame routine that includes breath work, positive self-talk, everything that is necessary. They've received the tools, right, to deal with these pregame stressors, right? Shift their focus from results to execution. Did I stay balanced? Did I hustle every play? Yes, I love that. Again, shift their focus from results to execution. Did I stay balanced? Did I hustle every play? I also like to get my guys to think about solutions. All right, we use the technique. Talk about this here before, the 3-2-1 technique. After the game, you have to decompress somehow. You have to let go. You can't hold on to these things, these errors, these mental mistakes. You can't hold on to them. 3-2-1 technique. Name 3 things that went well, 3 things that could have been better, 1 thing that didn't go well. All right, and you adjust from there. Right. You find out that thing that didn't go wrong. Let's go to the solution. All right. Say I ran a bad route during a game, during summer practice or whatever. I ran a bad route. All right. So that's done. Now, how do I correct that? I need to go out and perfect the trees, run the tree route, run the route for the tree routes, get it down. Maybe I need to come out there an extra day or 2 during the week, do something before practice, visualize, whatever it is. Get yourself in a solution-based mindset so we're not dwelling on the past. We're not living in the past, all right? Getting down on ourselves. That's what happens when we live in the past. We want to live in the now. The now is getting perfecting the route tree. That's the now, all right? And, you know, I've been on teams where just the energy crashes. You know, I remember when we were in Buffalo, and we started off like 2-15. And I remember coming around the fifth inning of a game, it's 1-1, 0-0, 3-2, whatever the case may be. It's like the energy was you're waiting for that error to occur so you can say, okay, now we can lose. That's how the energy was. You know what I mean? It wasn't that the confidence was lacking. But I've been on teams with the other side. You know, the other side of that when you make the error, but you shake it off right away because you know you get in that dugout, you run in, you're gonna put up a quick run or two because the energy was that good, the positivity was there, the confidence was there, the team self-talk, the team believed in itself, the team affirmations, all those things were present. So when those errors came, giving up X amount of runs, that team came back in that dugout, brushed it off. Okay, let's get this 3 spot and get back out there. That's the difference. It's an energy thing, right? It's an energy thing. But to feel that positive energy, you have to have all these other parts in place, right? You have to have your pregame routine. You have to have your positive mindset. You have to have the positive energy, and this is from the team perspective, like I said, team affirmations, team routines, right? Or a person that can execute these things and get the team focused, right? That's what you need, right? So, managing fatigue, parents and athletes. Here's the challenge. This is a big one, leading off. Sleep deprivation, early wake ups, long rides, back to back games equals a drained body and attitudes, right? 100%, 100%, right? I've heard parents, talking about these crazy schedules and they can't believe we're driving all the way to South Georgia to play a team that's 5 minutes away. This makes no sense. We have to pay to play, it's just so much that comes to travel ball that can, drain you mentally, drain you physically, and create some attitudes there, right? So what are solutions? Set a screen curfew. No phones 45 minutes before bed equals better sleep, right? Let's go. A curfew. Hopefully, a lot of you parents are doing that right now. Hopefully, a lot of you athletes are following that right now. Athletes, 10 minutes, recovery walk, and stretch after each game. Recovery. I like the idea of a stretch, a quick stretch after the game. I like the idea of, like I said, doing what somebody's pulling up in my yard. I like the idea of doing what I mentioned earlier with the 3-2-1 technique because you need the physical releasing or letting go as well as the mental, right? You need both. You need to physically let go of what just took place. You need to mentally let go of what just took place. I don't care if you won a game 5-0. I don't care if you lost a game 5-0. You can't dwell too high. You can't dwell too low. We have to get back to that homeostasis as quickly as possible. All right. And that happens in this case, as an example, our 10-minute recovery walk and stretch, but also that 3-2-1 technique. Mentally and physically let go so we can move on to the next task, the task at hand, all right? The game tomorrow. Parents, tag team shift. One watches game one, other gets food, stretch, reset time. I like that one a lot, parents. Listen to that. Tag team shift. One watches game one, other gets food, stretch, reset time. Do what you have to do, all right? Do what you have to do, but that's going to keep you fresh. That's going to keep your mind fresh. That's going to keep your attitude fresh, your spirit fresh, your energy fresh, so you can bring that to your athlete, right? Hydration hack. Parents, drink 1 bottle of water for every coffee or sports drink. What do you think about that, parents? Drink 1 bottle of water for every coffee or sports drink. You'll feel better after day 2. I love that one for you parents. Yes, 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 yes. Our next point is avoiding burnout before it starts. Here's the challenge for that. The biggest danger is injury. It's mental and emotional burnout. The biggest danger isn't injury, it's mental and emotional burnout, especially if your athlete ties their identity to their stats. Yes, that's 100%. That goes back to the 4 for 4, or I said before, I mentioned losing a game 5-0 or winning 5-0. Individually, going 4 for 4 in baseball, or going 0 for 4 in baseball as a quarterback, throwing 2 picks in summer practice versus throwing 2 touchdown passes. All right, those are the challenges there, right? Especially if when you tie yourself to those stats, you're in a peak and valley type situation. All right, because you're not going to have perfect stats every day. We know that. All right, you're going to have great days, you're going to have terrible days, you're going to have days in between, right? So when you tie yourself to those stats, you're automatically in a peak and valley situation. It's a challenge to get back to your homeostasis, all right? So things to watch for, all right? Sudden drop in motivation, all right? We want to address these things before the burnout kicks in. Mood swings after games, dreading practice or travel. That's a huge one right there. When a young kid is playing a sport that's fun, is dreading practice or travel, that's a huge red flag. Again, mood swings after games, sudden drop in motivation. Solution: include 1 recovery day per week. No swings, no sprints, just rest, no throws, nothing. Just rest, mentally and physically. All right? Mentally, you want to have some quiet time, some breathing, something that can bring you to that present moment or in that recovery day. All right? Celebrate effort and improvement, not just results. Yes, celebrate effort and improvement, not just results. Celebrate the process, right? Celebrate the process, what got you to going 4 for 4 that day. All right? Celebrate that adjustment that you made during the week, right? Because that's what got you that 4 for 4. It didn't just happen. All right? Celebrate those adjustments that get you to the point of celebration or the desired result. Talk about the season as a journey, not a make or break event. Yes, it's a journey, it's a process, right? Take it step by step, take it game by game. Monitor your process as you go, right? 3-2-1 technique. What went well, what didn't go so well, what I need to improve on. All right? That's a simple way to talk about the season as a journey and not make or break event. All right? Take each game. I'm getting blowing up. I don't know if you can hear those messages, but take each game as part of the process. All right? And tie that together. Those little wins, those adjustments you make during the week are literally going to manifest during those games. They're really going to take place during the games because of the hard work you put in mentally and physically. You're going to see that internal work expressed externally. All right? Internal, I tell my guys, when you're consistent mentally with your habits, your routines, you're going to experience that consistency on the field, all right, with your performance, all right? So keep that in mind. Bonus topics to consider: how to deal with bad umps calling or coaching politics. Ooh, that's a big one. Staying injury free with micro mobility sessions, okay? And keeping siblings involved during travel weekends. Those are a couple things we can revisit those, all right? But those are things you need to consider though. How to deal with bad ump calls or coaching politics, right? That's a parent mindset 100%. When a parent gets up there and starts yelling, that can crush that young athlete. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You lose your focus, right? So we can revisit that, staying injury free with micro mobility sessions. Everybody should have their routine, right? Morning mobility, pre-game mobility, even after the game mobility. But you have to treat that body like the engine that it is, all right? Keeping siblings involved during travel weekends. That's another thing we can consider down the road, all right? So we're down to the most important part now. If you're watching this right now and you found value in this, do me a favor, drop a 1 in the comments after you finish watching this. Drop a 1 in the comments, all right? You always have to have, I just can't leave you all. I have to give you actionable activities, things you can do right now to, in this case, help you deal with the travel sports grind, all right? So, mindset check-in. This is the first thing I want you to do, to start practicing. A mindset check-in the night before games, all right? 3 breaths, nice and easy, in through the nose, out through the mouth. This is the night before, right before you go into bed. We talked about this numerous times if you're a member of this group. We want our mind in the alpha mind state when we do anything that's dealing with performance, all right? We want to do that when our mind's in the alpha mind state, number one, that's the relaxed mind state. And we do it before bed because that's when our subconscious is most susceptible, open to information. All right. So those are the two reasons we want to do our check-in before bed. All right. So you take your 3 breaths and write down one thing you're excited for, one goal that's in your control, and one positive affirmation. I'm focused and confident under pressure. Simple. It needs to be done. 3 breaths and write down one thing you're excited for. That's huge. The night before. Turn anxiety, potential anxiety, potential fear into excitement. Huge, right? And one goal that's in your control. Get up 5 minutes early. Hydrate first thing when I get up. Make up my bed before I leave. Huge micro wins end up to big wins that translate to your performance, mental performance and physical performance. All right. And then I can't go wrong with the self-talk, positive affirmation. I'm focused and confident under pressure. You're saying this throughout the game as well, before the game, after the game, well, before the game, leading up to the game. You're always saying that to yourself. When you go to bed, I'm focused and confident under pressure. When you wake up, I'm focused and confident under pressure, right? I love this one, the family fuel box. This is cool stuff, folks. Create a fuel box before each tournament. Have your protein bars in there, have your hydration packs, your fruit, simple carb snacks, pretzels, crackers, whatever. A small journal and pen for mindset notes. This is preparation at the highest level, all right? This is the type of thing that could bring a family together, right? During these crazy travel sports schedules, you could bring a family together, and the end results are you're not drained after that long day. You're feeling pretty good as you can feel, and that makes a huge difference, all right? Your mind's in a better state. Obviously, your body's in a better state. It's easier to handle that losing 2 games, at that tournament that day, or even winning 2 games that day. When your body is in a good state, when your mind's in a good state, it's easier to maintain that homeostasis, all right? So I love this. This is something you all need to do. Family Fuel Pack. I'm going to drop these in the comments right now. I love these two. Give me a sec, folks. Because if I don't do it now, it will not get done. Let's see. Copy here. We have comments. Make sure you check this out. All right, family fuel box, mindset, actionable activities for parents and athletes. Please check this out, folks. All right, so there are your actionable activities. Stop that alarm. That is everything, all right? Folks, this is, especially these 2 actionable activities. Travel ball stressful. It's a mess. It's all about, I was about to go a different direction, but travel ball is it's tough. The schedule is tough, and to make the best out of it, it involves preparation, consistency, and the desire to perform at your best mentally and physically, and wanting the best for the family as a unit. All right. So dive into this. Rewatch this if you didn't have time to watch it thoroughly. Rewatch this. Understand these points. Take action with these points, especially the actionable activities at the end. So that's all I have. You guys have a great Monday, a great rest of the week. I obviously will see you here. Look out for tactical Tuesday question tomorrow. And that's it. Have a good one. I am out. Peace.